Hey there everyone, I'm News 6 meteorologist Samara Cokinos, live bringing you the latest here on Tropical Storm Isaias in the News 6 Weather Center. So I'm behind the scenes with you tonight. As we take a look here, here's as of the 8 o'clock advisory, still winds at about 70 miles per hour, gusting a bit stronger at 85 miles per hour, moving to the northwest fairly slowly at about 9 miles per hour. The thing is, although Tropical Storm Isaias has weakened a bit, okay, it is expected to gain strength again. So let me show you when. This is going to happen overnight. So notice, as that storm, I'm going to back that up just a little bit here for you so you can get a better picture of it. I forgot to put a pause point there. But basically what happens is just as it gets closer, or right before it gets closer to the southeastern coast of Florida, so we're talking about getting pretty close to West Palm, Jupiter area. Before that happens, that's when we're expecting it to possibly strengthen again back to hurricane status. There's not anything going to be interfering with it. Okay. Then the track continues to hug the coast as it gets closer to the Cape. That's when it interacts with another system, possibly weakening it to tropical storm strength. But check this out. I'm zooming in a little bit tighter here for you, because if you haven't been with us and you're just now logging on, probably like, where's this thing headed? Well, basically, it's already jogged back a little bit to the west. So as of the 5 o'clock track advisory, another one doesn't come out till 11, it basically shifted a little bit back toward the west, and as of Monday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're talking about it possibly being over the top of the Cape as a tropical storm. So this is definitely something that we are going to keep an eye on over the next 24 hours for you. So now let's look at the watches and warnings. Really, that hasn't changed a whole lot unless you're in Flagler County, and even now it's still you're still under a warning. So if you'll look at Flagler, coastal Flagler, going back across the interior, all those areas in that bluish purple color, that's a tropical storm warning until further notice. Now areas we're talking about Brevard and Volusia County, you're under the hurricane warning, and the waters are all under a hurricane warning until further notice. Notice that when you get up to that Palm Coast area, that's where Flagler County is, the water is still under that hurricane warning for now. So these watches and advisories really haven't changed much, with the exception of coastal Flagler. So I want to show you the wind speed arrival times, because a lot of people have been kind of concerned with, you know, what kind of winds they're going to be seeing at what time and how long they're going to last in your particular area. So let's go ahead and put this timeline in motion. You'll notice that as we get closer to tomorrow morning, so around 7 o'clock in the morning, if you're in southern Brevard, southern Osceola, you'll notice that on this map you're kind of on the fringe between the blue and the green color. So you'll start to notice winds picking up 10 to possibly 20 miles per hour. As we put it back in motion, get closer to noon, a lot of the wind starts to spread out and pick up across central Florida. So if you'll look at this pretty tight here, you're going to see the yellows and the oranges start to really pick up, and those are wind speeds up near 30, 40, possibly 50 miles per hour, with wind gusts stronger than that. Notice that the bulk of the energy stays pretty far offshore, but it does get a little bit closer as we head into Sunday night going into Monday morning. So that's where we're going to see the strongest wind speeds. That's going to happen just after 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, and it'll last to probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when winds are still going to start to die down a little bit, with the exception of Flagler and northernmost Volusia County. So keep in mind, if you are in Flagler and northern Volusia along the coast, you're going to be the last to see these impacts leave. The rest of central Florida will begin to kind of clear out. They're not going to clear out in terms of rain fairly quickly. I'll show you that in a second. But here's a better breakdown for you of what to expect. So your possible wind field for Brevard and even parts of southernmost Volusia, 60 to 75 mile per hour winds, and then you get closer, go back toward Lake and Sumter and Marion County, and it's not as strong because you're farther away from the coast, but you're still going to feel some changes in the air, and you'll also notice rain too. So tonight, really not a whole lot going on around us, but from Fort Pierce back toward Lake Okeechobee and then kind of going back toward Bonita Springs tonight, we're looking at those bands of rain already moving in from Tropical Storm Isaias Isaias. So this particular model, as we put it in motion for the clouds and rain forecast, I think tonight we're going to be relatively quiet with the exception of maybe a stray shower over southern Brevard and southern Osceola County. As we head to tomorrow morning, the rain is going to begin in Brevard and Osceola first, okay? And then it's going to spread out as we head into the afternoon. This is a look at 3:30, and that's when you're really going to start to feel those bands of rain kind of moving in, producing at times some heavy rain too. So keep in mind, rainfall accumulations will all depend on where you are. If you're inland, like really far west, you're going to see between 1 and 2 inches of rain. And then if you're closer to the coast, 3 to 6 inches of rainfall accumulations are quite possible. So this is a look at 7:30, and then as we head into Monday morning, the system starts to move to the north and then back out toward the east. It's going to move back away from us. So the thing about it is, behind this, we're not going to be rid of the rain just right as it moves away. It's going to linger a little bit. We still have those bands of rain wrapping around. So at 1:30 in the afternoon, yes, you could still be dealing with rain even all the way through to Monday night. So it's not going to be a once it's away, all the rain is going with it. It's going to take a while to check out, just because those bands of rain will kind of linger behind. Here's a better visual as to what type of rainfall accumulations you can expect in your area. Notice that the highlighted dark red color here along the coastline of Brevard going into Volusia and even Flagler County, we're talking about 3 to 6 inches of rainfall accumulations. But if you get one of those heavier hit storms, of course, you could be dealing with rainfall in excess of 6 inches. Then we're looking at, here we go, across the interior, so back toward 95 and then going toward the I-4 corridor, Sanford, Orlando, and then back toward Kissimmee, 2 to 4 inches there. And then as you get closer to Lake Sumter and Marion counties, of course, the rain coverage goes a little bit down, and the rainfall accumulations also go down. So just keep in mind that even through Monday night, we're still going to be dealing with some downpours, and then the rain doesn't stop from there. It looks like the extended forecast shows rain pretty much every day in the upcoming week. Highs will eventually return to the low 90s, but for tomorrow you can expect the upper 80s. After a very steamy day, I think we can all say, hey, 87 isn't too bad, but we could definitely do without this storm headed our way. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on air and online. We'll have a new track update coming up at 11 o'clock tonight. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells and I will be on air, and then, of course, we'll bring you all of those latest details on Isaias, where it's headed, whether or not that track shifted or not, and, of course, the impacts that you can expect for your particular city coming up at 11. So until then, take care, guys, and enjoy the quiet night.